because I can see the screen.
Hi guys, this is Mark from Pytes. So today we're gonna share our company, our new product, and our dumb battery and our um, troubleshooting process. So let us start. Okay, thank you. So this PowerPoint will introduce first the Pytes group and the Pytes USA, Pytes Energy Storage, and why Pytes. Yeah, next slide. Thank you. Okay, Pytes Group, we started in 2004. We focus on battery for 20 years. So we do the battery packing, design, BMS design, these things. So our total size is about $810 million. We have over 1,000 employees all over the world in the USA, in the Europe, in the Asia. And the annual capacity for the battery cell is about 4 gigawatts hour, and the revenue is about $220 million. So right now we have 4 warehouses in the China and Vietnam. So Shanghai, Shandong, 2 factory in Shandong and 1 factory in Vietnam. And this is our global presence. You can see here. In USA, we have 4 warehouses in LA, in Dallas, and in Puerto Rico, last one in Panama City. And in Europe, we have a warehouse and office in the Netherlands, and another factory in the sorry, he's not sure here. And in the China, we have Shandong, Shanghai, Suzhou, headquarters in Shanghai. Yeah, next slide. Thank you. So right now we are group. So we have 3 different divisions. Our main business right now is EV and energy storage. Last one is 3C. EV like e-bike, e-scooter, e-motorbike. We supply this kind of batteries to this kind of equipment. And energy storage, we have a portable battery and the low volts, 12 volts, and high volts battery cells. For 3C, we do supply this personal care, portable lighting, service robot, this kind of battery. And about 3C, we have a cooperation with like Huawei, like Colgate, like Bosch, Samsung, PG. And for the LEV, we do have a cooperation with top 1, top 3, top 5 is kind of e-bike brand in USA, like Red Power, like Aventon, Okai, this kind of Patago, this brand. Next slide, thank you. So you can see here, the first one, so Red Power, and the top 4, Aventon, and the Patago, this kind of brand is our cooperation partner in the e-bike. Okay. And energy storage, it's our new business, but with 2 years, 3 years, 4 years development, we have a good partner right now. So a lot of the USA, we have a good market now, and we also do business in Canada, in Caribbean country, in North America. So we think the energy storage will become our first or biggest business department. Thank you. Yeah, next slide. Yeah, about Pytes USA, so we are a team. We have for a team, we have a regional sales director, sales manager, product manager, and a fulfillment manager. So one customer, you have installer, you have any question, you can connect with like a distributor like Green Tech Miami, and you also can connect with our product manager for any technical support. So we are with even you have like 100, 200 kilowatt hours, this kind of size system, you can connect with us. We can do the wire diagram things for you to support your business. Thank you. Yeah. As I mentioned, we have a full warehouse in USA and America island. So you can see here we have a warehouse in the California, in Texas, in Panama, and Puerto Rico. We can promise the goods will be delivered within 1 week to the distributor. Then distributor can deliver the goods to the installer in different states or island. And we have over 1,500 pieces battery all of the for warehouse. So it's not a problem for us to lack the goods. So we have a lot of stock here. Next slide, thank you. Yeah, next. So right now, as I mentioned, we have three division for energy storage. First, must be our main product, the eBox 48100R, our low volts battery, and our next version is V5, is our new version for loads battery. And we have also a new series, the high volts 48100R. This volts can do some commercial system. And last series is our stack LV series low volts. So this battery can be stacked very easily and don't need any cable. So this product will be reduce the cost of the labor. Yeah, thank you. So right now, it's our main product, the 48100R. This product already developed about, I think, 3 years or 4 years in US market, and very stable. And they have all the UL certification like UL 94.0, UL 94.0A, UL 1973 CC strip. So most USA, even like Puerto Rico, like in Canada, this special market, we can meet the most requirement of the like greater department. Yeah. About the data of the battery, so this as mentioned, it's a low volts, so it's a nominal voltage is about 51.2 volts, and the nominal capacity is about 5.12 kilowatts hour. This battery recommend the charge or discharge current is about 50 amps, so it can output 2.56 kilowatt, and his peak discharge current about 102 amps for 15 seconds. Then, okay, his chemistry is lithium battery, so LFP is easy to compare like other battery brand. They're using different chemical type. And also his cycle life is 6 months, so its warranty is 10 years. So for most, I think a regular end user, this battery, our design life is 15 years, but the warranty is 10 years. So even over 10, maybe 12, 13, 14, you can use a long time to keep using this battery. And yeah, okay. And this DOD is 90%, so it's not like the lead AC battery. Lead AC battery just can use 50%, so it's a big difference. So for some like Caribbean country, they use a lot, or some off-grid system, they use a lot of lead AC battery, and the lithium battery is a good option for them to replace them. And same cost, but you can use more capacity, and you can keep using a longer lifetime. So it's a big difference. And this is our new V5 battery. This battery will have a lot of improvement. For example, like the higher charge discharge rate. You can see here. This recommended charge discharge current is 75 amps. Last version just 50 amps, and the maximum charge is 100 amps. Is 1C. And the peak discharge current can be 100 to 120 amps for 3 minutes, 120 to 180 amps for 15 seconds. So you can imagine that there's a big improvement on the output curves. So which means if you have some big load, but this load just need suddenly big current, this battery can meet it. So it's not it's a little different than with firmer battery. And another feature is a great I think it's the temperature, wider operation temperature. So we have a heating pad inside the V5, which means like Canada and the very cold states like Michigan or like other states, it's very cold in the winter. So this battery can using in that weather. So it's a big improvement. Another one is scalability. You can see here our this V5 battery can each group can be 16 pieces battery in parallel and can do 6 groups. So it's about 491.52 kilowatts hour in a system. So it's a very big system. Even like some little light commercial system, we also can make this with V5 battery. And besides this, we also have a Wi-Fi connection for the V5. So which means if you living off-grid place and very far away from city, but one day the your end user has a problem on the Wi-Fi on the battery, either are hard to diagnose what's the problem lead to this kind of things. You can use the Wi-Fi to diagnose first. Then, if you find the problem, and you can take the tools and to drive there to fix it. So it's a good way to fix the most small issue, and I think it save a lot of time for you. Yeah, and yeah, about certification, it's we already all same as the former one, so it's a great product. We think this product will replace 48 100 soon and take more market, and the customer and the user will be very satisfied with his function. Okay, yeah, it's our hub for the big system. As I mentioned, this V5 we can do 491.52 kilowatts hour system. So when you install over 14 pieces battery in a group, you need a hub for the V5, and you can install 6 groups of this V5 and do light commercial system about a 500 kilowatts hour system. And right now, we for the V5 or 48 100, we have a lot of compatible inverter brand like Sork, like AP system like Megarevo, Lux Power, Sunny Island, and Victron, Standard, Hormel, Goat, a lot of brand. Yeah. So as this is our Wi-Fi stick. So the Wi-Fi stick, as mentioned, is a real-time monitoring, and they can using the data visualization, remote upgrading. So most our battery, if you have a most battery problems, oh sorry, yeah, most battery issue just maybe a light issue, just maybe you need to upgrade the battery, and this Wi-Fi stick can do it remotely. So the installer don't need to run a lot, drive a car for maybe 2 hours, 3 hours to a far away place to upgrade the battery. You just need a Wi-Fi stick, and you install the battery with a Wi-Fi stick, and the Wi-Fi stick can one group just need one, so it does not cost a lot. And error detection, alarm notification, it's easier for installer to find the problem very easily. And this is our UI 9540 certification. You can see here we already 48 already get it, and V5 also get it with Sork, with Lux Power, with Megarevo. Yeah, and this our next this one is our UR9540A. So that UR9540A is a certification just for the battery safety. So when you have this kind of certification, it's a way to show your battery very safe. It's hard for your battery to explosion or have this kind of very dangerous way. So we show our battery is very stable and safe. Yeah. Next slide. And yeah, we have already have the UR9540 for the V5 and the 48100R. Thank you. Next slide. Yeah, about 48100R, we have already have a lot of cabinet or rack accessory. You can see here for the bracket, we have this kind of a simple rack, and it can be stacked about five pieces, so stacked directly. And the R box is a two pieces battery cabinet. It can be parallel and with this kind of four pieces R box without any hub. And our R box IP64, this is an older version to compete R box. And the R box OC is a four pieces battery cabinet. He can be outdoor, and with all the like a bus bar, power cable inside it. So you just need battery, box OC, and one communication cable with maybe SOC. And the first RB Plus is our six pieces battery cabinet. It's an indoor version, and he can install six pieces battery. It's very popular in Texas, in Florida, or some island country because it is a big capacity. So you can see the right side is our bracket, box IP64, and the first RB, the picture. Okay, next slide. Thank you. Okay, this is our V5. V5 is our new battery, so it has a nice cabinet or rack. So for the V5, we have V5 bracket, and he can stack six pieces battery. The V-Box IC is our new cabinet for the V5, so it can each V-Box IC can stack can install three pieces battery, and he can this V-Box IC can two pieces stack directly, and even if you want to install nine pieces, can three pieces of V-Box IC stack, but you can install the wheels for it. Last one is our V-Box OC. V-Box OC is our older version, can install four pieces battery. Yeah. Next slide. So right now we have our product map, like the V5, like the smart monitor, already available in our warehouse, and the high volts 4100 we already have the sample test. So this battery can be compatible with a solid SOC. They are commercial inverter, the high volts inverter. So if you have seen like this kind of project, you can connect the Green Tech Miami for the quarter. Yeah. And our new product, the LV one Pi, is our stack battery. So this battery can be stacked directly without any cable. It's very easy, just like a Lego. You install it directly, and it's a fast way. Maybe 20 minutes or 15 minutes, you can finish the whole system installation. And high volts battery will go to market for the mass production about in May. And our LV stack series, I think this should also the May will go to market. Next slide. Okay, this is our high volts 48100R. So for this battery, it's a best way for some like commercial system. So it's a high volts. So it's a big point here the BMU quantity, which BMU, which means battery measurement unit. So it's a battery. At least this can be installed five pieces because our BCU is our battery control unit. So you can regard it as second level BMS. So the high volts 4100 must install 5 pieces at least. And the cycle life and the warranty also same as the 4100 or V5 is 10 years, but the DOD is 80%. Yeah, and the continuous discharging and discharging current is about 50 amps. This battery will be compatible with Solar 30K, 60K, Solis S6 series, Lux Power, Magravel, R4, Thin Nexel. Thank you. Next. This is our Pi low volts battery. So as I mentioned, heat can be stacked directly, so it's okay for the 2 pieces to 6 pieces batteries, and you need a BMS in the top. Next slide. This is our project shoe. We have a lot, as I mentioned, we have a lot of market in the USA, like in Indiana, Arizona, California, Puerto Rico, Curacao, Arizona. So most of our project will do some like light commercial system, maybe 100 or 150, 160, this kind of size. It's very easier for us, and we are cost effective, and the quality is very stable. Thank you. Next slide. This is our project in the Austria, Poland, Netherlands, Germany, Austria with some Victron inverter. We know the Victron inverter is very popular in some like North American market, and we are also compatible with them. Thank you. Next slide. Next, yeah. So why choose Pytes? So we have all-around service. We have an engineer in the USA. We have an engineer in Puerto Rico. We have an engineer in Colombia. We have an engineer in Asia. So most area we have an engineer. We can support this all-day service. About the quality performance, we do the battery and packing design, BMS design for 20 years. So we know how to make a good battery, a stable battery. And sorry, okay, installer friendly. So because our battery right now we have a lot of options, like the rack battery, like the stack battery, like the high volts battery. In the future we have more products, so it's easier for installer to choose suitable battery for them, and which battery also very easier to install. And about the cost effective, because we are the manufacturer. We're not like other brands. Maybe they are the brand company. We are the true manufacturer, and we do a lot of. So the mass production will lead to the lower cost. Thank you. Next slide. So we know a good battery, which feature will lead to a good battery. The first might be the battery cell. Battery cell is very important for the battery. If you're using a bad battery cell, will lead to fire, lead to explosion. You can Google some battery news, you can find that. So we use LFP, EVFP grade A cells. So it's a safer way to keep a battery for the basic stable things. Second, about the BMS. We do battery design, BMS design for 20 years. So we have a BMS team for like e-bike, like CC team, and energy storage system. So we do a lot of BMS for different division. So even like e-bike, they have more peak current than the energy storage product. So our BMS can, I think, can meet most of requirement. It's a good way to um, meet the requirement, and then even the battery has a BMS has a problem because the BMS is designed by ourselves. So we can find the problem as soon as possible and fix the problem. We don't buy the BMS from a third party. So if a battery using third party BMS, they need to talk with the BMS company first, then BMS company to find the problem. And there are a lot of time and to find a lot of time and cost to find the problem. It's a better way for end user or an installer to fix the problem. It's a very long time. And yeah, about the packing process is a last way. We do automatic production line and 148 to 100-hour agent test. If we using an agent test, it's a good way for the battery we will test the battery first. We reduce a lot of failure rate for a battery. Next slide. So about install friendly, we for the V5 4800, we do a module design, so it's easy to scale up and a very quick, flexible installation. And the V5 and 4800 also have the Wi-Fi stick, so it's easier for remote monitoring and upgrading. And about BMS, we are BMS experts, so we can find the most problem on the battery, and we can avoid this kind of problem happen. Next. So we know a lot of customers, even like in USA, in Canada, in South America, they like solar, they like new energy, and but the battery is a little expensive. It's a factor we can avoid. So the battery price lead to a lot of customer. Okay, they think okay, even the price of electricity, the bill is very high. I can stand it, but because we are the factory, we do a lot of mass production. We can supply a cost-effective product to the customer. I think we want to like the battery to be affordable. Even like the people in the if every state say okay, they can think okay, the battery we can try is affordable for me. Yeah. The next slide. And regular webinar and on-site training. We'll do a lot of webinar and on-site training like Green Tech Miami. So we will invite installer to enter our training. We will to have introduce some our new product, some battery troubleshooting, and some battery technology. I think new technology. About our service, we timely pre-sale and after service. Pre-sale, you can connect our product manager for some big system. Small system will because different. A lot of distributors have their engineer here. They can solve the problem directly. But if you have a big system design, you can connect with us, and we do 24 multiple 7 a week about service. We also do some co-marketing support and the download Google Drive. This Google Drive include all the document like how to install a battery, how to troubleshooting, what kind of like IMSDS if you are end user or customer who want to input the battery from different, the customer will need this kind of document. And our local inventory 1 2 day to 7 days delivery and the customer assurance service for while delivering enclosure design. Next slide. So right now we have a big point there about the case sharing. So if you are installer, you can share your story, your project in our Google View. And after you share that, you can connect with us with your phone number, your email, your address, or the distributor you buy the battery. We will send you a gift card 100 to 200 of for the gift card. So it's a big activity here. So you can to find the in our Google View. Next slide. So it's our community. We will to support any news about our battery. You can scan this QR code here. Yeah, next slide. So we entering joining most show in the USA, in the Canada, in the Latin America. So come and join our um, activity like the Angel Storage Show and the monthly webinar. Yeah. So right here is our QR code for the more catalog linking, Facebook, YouTube, Pytes USA website. You can scan the code. You can find more info. Maybe it's important for you. Okay. So yeah, we can share some our project cases. Yeah. Yeah. I think you can share the SOC and the Pytes configuration guide first. Yeah. Yeah. So right now, most popular brand must be the SOC. So we do a SOC configuration for the Pytes battery and the SOC inverter here. Next slide. Yeah. This is our 5 kilowatt SOC inverter and our 2 pieces of Wi-Fi. You can find we already list most important accessory here, like what kind of cable you need and what kind of accessory you need and standard communication cable. It's easier for you to find the suitable. And next slide. So this next slide. So it's our VBox IC. You can see here, a VBox IC inside is a brain bracket, and outside is a cabinet. It also can be installed wheels. It's easier for you to move the battery. Yeah, thank you. And the 4-piece battery. Next slide. Yeah, this is our VBox OC cabinet. So it can be installed 4 pieces battery with 5 SOC inverter and yeah, next slide. Next slide. So yeah, our VBox IC also can be stackable. So you can install 6-piece battery with 2-piece VBox IC and the bus bar. Yeah, next slide. Next. Next. So I think other picture will be similar to this. So you can after the meeting you can connect with the sales representative of Green Tech Miami to find the suitable catalog on the PowerPoint, even the SOC and Pytes battery configuration guide. Thank you. We can maybe turn to the project cases. Yeah, these are project cases. So next. So this is our 48100R. So we include all the 48100R project cases. Next slide. This is our SOC project cases in the California, Oklahoma, Dakota, with from the 20 kilowatt hour to the 30 kilowatt hour. Next slide. So in the left side is our Florida, the RB cabinet. You can see here. Next slide. Yeah, we also do a lot of installation in Puerto Rico or Panama. Yeah, next slide. Next slide. Yeah, and in Hawaii, we also do some like you can see here in the RV. Some RV will do some Airbnb hotel, this kind of things. So our battery will can support the backup system for them. It's a good way to develop this kind of business in Hawaii, maybe in the Puerto Rico, very popular island, this kind of place. Next slide. Next slide. Maybe you just yeah, yeah. You can see here we have a lot of projects with a big size system here in Indiana. We do a lot of project for the farm. So the farm project very careful the cost. Because they do the business with to ROI very carefully. So we do a lot of this kind of project because our the quality is good with all the US certification and the after is good and the price is very affordable and cost effective. Next slide. Yeah, good keeping. Yeah. So about Victron, we know Victron is popular in the Europe, in Canada, and in some South American market. So we also do a lot of project with Victron. So if you have need the 48 volts battery, we can use in the 48100R and or the V5. But if you use 12 volts battery, 12 volts Victron Phoenix, we also have the 12 volts battery. So we have a lot, and the 12 volts battery also can be in serial to be the 24 volts. So we have a lot of solution for your inverter and your system. Next. Yeah. About Solis, so we also be compatible. We have low volts battery for the Solis in the South America. This market is using the Europe version, and in USA region they using the high volts series. So we also have the high volts battery to be compatible with them. Next, yeah, just normal. Yeah, about Sunny Island, we do a lot of projects in the Europe with SMA Sunny Island, and we also have projects in the Caribbean. They also show us some project with Sunny Island. You can see here, it's about 120 kilowatt system. And Snyder is very popular in some like Indiana, like Michigan, like Puerto Rico. So we also have a lot of project with Snyder, and it's an open loop communication. And the Outback and the Midnight, we do a lot of in Hawaii and some Ohio, this kind of states, using Outback inverter. This open loop communication also. This next slide. Thank you. It's our high volts battery. So we already finished the installation in Europe with the RFO. So we think high volts battery will be very popular in the US market soon. So next slide. Yeah, this is our new yeah, thank you. This is our new V5 battery, and we already finished some project in the California, in the Costa Rica, You can see here. Yeah, that's all. So, like, well, I will introduce on troubleshooting process. Casey, do you have a project of?
V5 training. The file name is V5 training. Hi everyone, I'm Eli from Pytes, and I'm the product manager and the technical support for the team. So in today's training, please next slide. Hello. Okay. In this, there are three topics in today's technical training section. The part one is how to install the battery, Pytes battery, and the part two is how to upgrade the battery firmware, and the part three is troubleshooting. Okay, let's start with how to install the battery. Here is our new generation battery, the V5 battery. Let's take a close look at the battery front panel. So from the left to the right, the black one is the power button. And on the top side, the right one is the soft start switch. And next to it is the indicator lights. And under the soft switch is the dip switch. Dip switch is used to choose the choose the communication protocol according to your inverter. And next to the dip switch is the console port. Console port is to check your battery information on the computer. And next to it is the CAN and the RS485 communication port is used to communicate with the inverter. And next to it is the link 1 and the link 0 port is for the battery internal communication. So next to it is the green one is the dry contactor. And beside the dry contact is the Wi-Fi port, which is used to remote upgrade and monitoring the battery. So on the right side is the battery power terminal, which is M6 volt. The terminal is Phoenix M6 volt. Okay, next. Yeah, it's the M6 size volt. Okay, next slide. Let's see what will include in the V5 package. The V5 battery will come with one communication, a battery to battery communication cable and one guide wire, and one side flexible copper bus bar and one user manual. Okay, next. Let's see. Beside this, we also supply a lot of accessories for the V5 installation. For example, the power cable and the communication cable from battery to the inverter. And also, we also supply the bus bar and the Wi-Fi dongle and the hub. Hub is for the communication for the multiple battery groups. Okay, next slide. Okay, let's start with the installation process. The first is to connect the power cable. So the first is to connect the power terminal between the batteries with the flexible copper bus bar, and then connect the power cable from battery to the inverter. So here is need to note that if the discharging current from the inverter side is over 300 amps, it's going to need to add additional bus bar to combine or distribute the current. Okay, next is to connect the communication cable between the batteries Here we use the standard Ethernet cable, which was included with in the battery package. The link order is link 1 of the previous battery to the link 0 of the later battery. Here we can, the first battery is the master battery, which is you communicate with the inverter. And we can connect max 16 batteries in one group. Okay, next is to connect the communication cable from master battery to the inverter. Here we use the standard Ethernet cable with most inverter. Only a few inverter need to modify the cable pin output. For example, the Voltronic and the Victron. Okay, yes. After finishing the wiring, we need to pair our battery with the inverter. First is to select the correct communication protocol according to your inverter brand by adjusting the dip switch on the master battery. For example, if we want to communicate with the SOC inverter, we're going to choose the second pin on. And here is to note that we only need to adjust the dip switch on the master battery. Don't need to adjust on the sleeve battery. The dip switch position on the sleeve battery can remain the default position. Okay. After selecting the communication protocol, we're going to power on the battery to follow the correct procedure. Step 1 is to turn on all the battery power button. And step 2 is only press the SW button of the master battery to let the master battery wake up the sleeve battery. Okay, next. Okay, after the battery was powered on, we're going to modify the inverter setting to let the inverter communicate with the battery. Here we take SOC as example. Press the setting icon to enter the inverter menu bar and click battery setup. We're going to need to set the battery capacity according to how many battery in your system, and set the charge and discharging current depends on your need. And also we need the most important is to check the BMS lithium battery on the right side and set to 00. This is the key for the successful communication between the SOC inverter and the Pytes battery. So the last is to check the communication is successful. It's also to enter the inverter menu bar and link the lithium battery in full. So if you can see the battery parameter like the battery voltage, battery current, and the battery temperature, it means the battery is communicated with the inverter successfully. Okay, next. So let's see the overview of the whole installation process. The first is the wiring is connect the power cable and the communication cable. And step 2 is to set the dip switch according to your inverter. And step 3 is to power on the battery. And the next is to modify the inverter setting. And the last is to confirm the communication is successful between the inverter and the battery. Here, I don't know if you have attended the training for the EGOS 48100R last time. The only difference between the V5 and 48100R is the power cable connection way, because their power terminal is different. For 48100R, it's antenna Solog quick connector. But for the V5, it's Phoenix M6 size bolt, so there is a little different on their power cable connection way. Okay, next slide. Here, let's see how to configure with a larger system. As I said before, we can connect max 16 battery in one group, in one battery group. So more than 16 battery, we can divide the battery into several groups, and we're going to use hub to converge the communication from different battery groups. So the hub can support up to 6 battery groups, and each group can connect max 16 battery. So there is in total 96 batteries. which is 491 kilowatt hours, which is suitable, which is totally enough for the home energy storage, and which is also suitable for the small commercial and the small industry. So let's see how to configure with the hub. The first is the same to connect the commission cable between the batteries. Okay, next is connect the commission cable from each master battery to the hub. Yeah. Okay, next is connect the commission cable from hub to the inverter. Okay, next is to set the dip switch on each master battery, as this table show. So the last is to set the dip switch on the hub according to your inverter brand. Okay, so here is need to note that the commission cable from hub to the inverter is a special one. Let's see. As you can see in this tab, pin 1 and pin 3 represent the RS485 communication protocol for the hub, and pin 3, pin 4 represent the CAN communication protocol for the hub. So we will include one special cable, which pin 3 corresponding to pin 4 and pin 4 corresponding to pin 5. This cable can fit most inverter like SOAC, Solis, Lux Power, MicroRevo. You don't have to make the cable on your own. Okay. So for the more detailed installation guide with other inverters can be found on our website or our Google Drive. Okay. Okay, let's move to our next part, how to upgrade the battery firmware. There are two ways to upgrade the battery firmware for now. If your battery is with a Wi-Fi dongle connected, it's much easier. It's just give us your SN code of the Wi-Fi dongle, and we can remote upgrade the firmware for you. So if your place has no Wi-Fi access, so you can connect the battery to the computer and use our software named BMS QT to upgrade the battery firmware. Okay, let's see. This is our software named BMS QT. So let's take a quick look. First, we should log into the software, and in the update section, click the update and enter the password, which is 123456, and upload the firmware. Then wait the upgrade process complete. Yeah, that's it. So the upgrade menu can be found on our Google Drive as well. Okay. Okay. The next part is troubleshooting. Here is the indicator state list. Alarm lights light on the battery doesn't mean that the battery has a problem. For example, if the alarm lights just flash, it could just mean the battery is high temperature, high voltage, low temperature, or low voltage. The alarm light, if the alarm light is always on the battery, it could be just the battery is over temperature, over voltage, or under temperature. The battery is entered to the protection state. It just need to restore the battery to the normal operation condition that the alarm will release. So if only when the battery is alarmed with beeping sound, that means the system error occurred to the battery. That's we're going to need to go deeper to check the battery alarm message. Okay. There also has two ways to check the battery alarm message. Next slide. Yeah. If your battery was Wi-Fi connected, you can check the alarm information on our app or on our website. You don't have need to go to the seat. It usually takes you a couple hours drive. you can just with the Wi-Fi dongle, you can just check on your phone in your office or in your home, just for a few minutes. Yeah, here is the photo event. Here we list the photo event, the fault event, and the solution for each fault. With this table, you can know what you're going to do with the alarm fault. Okay, next. So if you don't have the Wi-Fi dongle, you can check. You can also check the alarm message and the system for default code on our BMS QT. The alarm message will show on the top right, and the system fault will show on the middle. Okay, next. There is a history section which you can check the alarm history. If you don't know how to deal with the battery alarm or battery fault, you can just take the screenshot of this screen to us. We will give the instruction to how to solve the problem. Okay, next. Okay, this is the workflow for our after-sales service. You have 5 options to submit the service request. The first is our self-developed platform. You can scan the QR code to our after-sale platform and fill in with the worksheet, describe what problem you have, and submit. You can monitoring the service platform in your worksheet. And the second way is, if you have our sales or product managers contact information, you can directly ask for them. And you can also submit the spot tickets on our website. And we also have the technical support hotline. For the English service, you can call the top one, and for the Spanish service, you can call the bottom one. And we also have the 800 call center under construction. So once we receive your request, we will reply within 24 hours, and we'll continue to help you solve the problem. So after the problem solved, you can also write the service review to help us improve our after-sales service. Okay. Next is the frequent asked questions. So can the new battery be added to existing system? Yes, we recommend to add the new battery to the existing system, which is installed within 1 year. So here is need to note that we should upgrade all the battery firmware to the latest version, and also fully charge each battery individually, and then connect them together to one system. There are also some customers ask if why there is no indicator lights up after power on the battery. There could be 2 situations. The situation 1 is the battery is under voltage after long-term storage. We're gonna need a DC power supply to charge the battery. And the second situation is the battery power board is burned due to the short circuit. We should replace the power board. Okay.